Mitch is out in front. Timmy Mitch will run and find the 94.
It took a minute, now it didn't have to run away. When they get hard in the kitchen, you decide to stay. That's how we win the play. Stick a fork in the hater when I get to play. I walk into the fire like it's just a bit of flame. I switch my style up, what's the money fire? I'm like, yeah, rich or die trying, want me switch lanes. I'm always getting better, I'ma be on fifth place. On this one, they won't take it down.
Who's up in the fans? Really forward. It was so ahead.
Takes the white flag, one lap remaining here at the Rock. He is going to make his way on the turn 4 and come to the checkered flag. Hunter Peach wins the fast lane 175 at Rock.
Great lift from the back. There's Boston and Vegas. Who's it going to be? Raskin, John Parker around. It's going to be Ruiz winning the race.
Here out front. He is on third course. Checkered flag wave. John Parker back in the win column.
2-3-4 for the final time. Nick Hapiak off of turn 4. Just a few more feet, and Nick Hapiak will be your champion.
Welcome to Talladega, Alabama, here at the Talladega Super Speedway. We're back for the penultimate race for the NAOR Cup Series Season 5 here at the high banks of Talladega. Now, anything can happen tonight, and we have points. Championship can be determined tonight with this race, as a lot of points can be lost or gained here tonight. 80 laps here tonight. For the Juicy Spider Studios, Talladega 212 here, and meanwhile they are rolling on down the back straightaway. 18 cars in the field tonight. Every one of them set a lap time tonight. So we'll take a look at our grid. Might be having a little bit of difficulties. We already had a little bit of difficulties already, but there it is. Josh Adams on the pole with a 49.117. Donnie Kite will start alongside him in that TM machine. Dylan Chappell will start P3. Cole Steiner will start P4. Running up the top 5 will be the 6th of Nick Capiak. Enrique Quinones will start 6th. Jose Ruiz will start 7th. Mike Campbell will start 8th. Giovanni Klein will start 9th. Running out our top 10 tonight will be the 22 of Josh Arnold. Zach Hernandez will start 11th. Jonathan Parker, our points leader, will start 12th. Cody McCorkle will start 13th. Kyle Taub will start 14th. Hunter Peach will start 15th tonight. Lathan Lehman will start 16th. Starting 17th in the 15 machine will be Mark Kissenweather. And rounding out our 18 car field tonight will be the 51 of Steven Maggio. As now that 18 car field, they're going to work their way down the front straightaways. The pace truck going to take that hard left turn onto pit road. As we work our way down to the Geico restart zone, we have a long way to go here at Talladega, with the line being off the exit of the tri-oval. But Josh Adams, Donnie Kite, going to lead him to green. As we still working to the Geico restart zone, we are underway here from Talladega. Getting up to speed off a turn or two. Quinones thinking about moving out, yet just kind of poking his nose out there. And a couple, but Josh Adams to hop up quickly. Dylan Chappell tries to got kind of a little stuck there, trying to push him up. But now into 3 and 4 for the first time tonight. Josh Adams hops up quickly with his teammate of Donnie Kite. And off of turn number 4, those two Juicy Spider machines going to take the lead off of turn number 2, off of turn 4, down the front straightaway. Donnie Kite and Josh Adams working together, but Donnie Kite's going to go to the inside. He's going to block Dylan Chappell at the bottom. Here comes Cole Steiner in the middle. Everyone wants to lead the first lap, and at the line it's going to be Cole Steiner leads the first lap. Interesting already, but Josh Adams just that quickly left out the dry on the outside lane.
Yeah, I mean, he's falling back like a rock right now, all the way down to 15th already. Maybe a strategy call for him, or just, I mean, maybe he just wants to save some fuel in the back, but they shouldn't have to pit before these stages, though, so, I mean, you don't want to be in the back for too long.
Yeah, we can see a lot of strategies tonight with these teammates and trying to pit. Keenan has a big wiggle there. He's going to hold it straight. What a save from that 9 machine. It's going to check up the entire field. Everyone's going to be 3 wide in a way. Just trying to stop back in line. They're going to be 4 wide there with the 71 of Mike Campbell. He's going to go to the back, just try and get out of the mess. As they're still 4 wide right at the very back, but the top 8 or so is pulled away by a big gap as everyone's still 4 wide as they go into 1.
As they're still 4 wide, almost hitting each other on the side there. Josh Adams there, Cody McCorkle on the inside, Steven Maggio, Mark Kissenweather, one of our championship contenders in 15th back there. Not in the place he probably wants to be right now.
And definitely not. He had a back qualifying, started back in 17th, so he's got to work his way up. Especially once these stage points tonight, and he's got to hope for a little bit of misfortune from Jonathan Parker tonight. They had a big gap there, and Kissenweather barely gained anything last week. Right now, Kissenweather 34 points off of Jonathan Parker. He's going to need a lot of help tonight. Right now, Jonathan Parker running in 11th, so Mark Kissenweather and Jonathan Barker basically kind of hanging around towards the back of the field so far. As that big moment there with Quinones, it really shook up the field. Is now the pack is everyone in the field's kind of separated in about 3 packs. As the top 7 or so are in the front pack. Everyone else, there's about a pack of 5 just right behind them, just tagging onto the draft now, and then the rest of the field behind that second pack. So we'll see if those drivers can catch up there. Everyone's just kind of barely in the draft of each other. But keep an eye. Normally when a pack touches another, that's typically when the incidents start to happen. So we'll have to see. Nick Kapiak, he hops up and blocks Quinones in the outside lane there, as the second pack is up to the main pack. As that third pack, about a second pack, gonna work their way back up to this main pack now.
Yeah, so we got plenty of time.
There is gonna help.
Still very early on this one, so no reason to rush too much. But I mean, if you're in the chase spot here, you want to get those stage points here at a track like Talladega, just in case you get wrecked at the end, so you have something coming away from this race.
Especially, don't want to be losing points tonight. You just got to be careful, not lose any points. We only have maybe 2 or 3 contenders for the championship now. We got John Parker 34 points ahead of Mark Kissweather. Nick Kapiak is 24 behind Mark Kissweather, so 58 behind the lead. I don't know if that's catchable. I think it is, but he's going to have to get. But Kapiak, Kissweather, and Parker to pretty much both get dead last in the last 2 races. So Kapiak, I think within a mathematical shot, but realistically not still in the championship. But the main question for that championship is between Kissweather and Parker. So we'll probably see those 2 drivers be very calm tonight, not wanting to make any too aggressive moves, just trying to keep out of the incidents. But as the whole pack back together now, Donnie Kite trying to hop up to the outside lane, get a couple up there to make a third lane working already.
Yeah, early on, already making it 3 wide here on lap 6, coming to 7. Right down the middle, falling back right there in the mid-pack. Middle lane not doing too good, as here comes Quinones, back bumper of
trying to get to the back bumper of Zach and Meredith. As that middle lane's falling back, and it looks like they'll probably just move back to the bottom here, and they will, but that's going to leave that 5 machine of Giovanni Klein all by himself in the middle, but Jose Ruiz is going to hop down to the outside lane. I think they tap the wall there off the turn 4, so check them up a little bit. But the middle lane coming back now, as really the 3 wide for the whole field, other than the top 3, as the top 3 starting to break away just a little bit. They got about a car length gap to the next car behind them. But everyone's 3 wide, and the aggression kind of high already early on in this race.
I'm kind of surprised how aggressive these guys are being so early on. I mean, they do have time for the stage. It's not like it's coming up ultra quick, but I mean, also I kind of can understand why these drivers are going so quickly right now.
We also saw it happen in the All-Star race, between the regular season and the chase. We have the All-Star race here at Talladega, and Josh Adams was able to take the win there. So everyone was kind of aggressive, a lot of cautions in that race, and that race did not end up going the full distance. We ended up matching out on time. So everyone being aggressive, and everyone has been aggressive in the past here at Talladega when we went to the All-Star race.
Yeah, but I mean, going into this one, I thought that was more of an all-star race type of mentality. But I mean, right now, these first 9 laps have shown that these guys are being really aggressive and really racy early on, which is fun to watch, though.
Yeah, it definitely is fun to watch. We've seen the 3 wide moves back to double file train now, as Juicy Spider Machines trying to make moves work. They worked together well last Sunday at Stampede recently at the Auto Club Speedway, kind of a drafty type track with this car. All 3 of those guys worked together well in that race. So we'll expect to see those 3 drivers, those 3 cars up front later on in this race. They know how to work together with the drafters. Here they come back on the outside lane, gonna make that 3rd lane. Meredith thinking about hopping up there with Carl Taub up top, but they moved back to the middle. Those 2 drivers up top all by themselves making it work.
Yeah, but we'll see what they can do there. I mean, they're really hauling us. Ooh, one car driver. I think it was Kyle Taub up there, up in front of Donnie Kite and Josh Adams. He's gonna make that very outside lane work. He was right in the middle a couple times earlier. Let's see what he can do here. 9, 3, and 4.
We'll see what they can do. There's on the outside lane, those 3 drivers making it work. Down into off the tri-oval now. The top 3 honestly kind of got a couple car length gap already. Just not 3 up front. No one's been able to get side by side with them. They're just kind of chilling up front, trying to keep that track position. We'll see how aggressive this gets up front late because we 5 to go here in stage number 1. This stage kind of wrapping up quickly.
Yep, there's 5 laps to go in this one so far. Stage 1. Right now,
Steve Maggio now leaving the outside lane with Mark Kissweather right behind him. Mark Kissweather trying to get some extra stage points here.
Yep.
Got to be careful. Want to get yourself caught in the wreck.
Parker right now outside the stage points for now. We'll see how quickly that will change here these next 4 laps.
4 laps to go here in stage number 1 of the JUICYSPYDR on the outside lane once again. That's Kite and Adams. Adams, keep in mind, won the All-Star race, so he knows how to win here. So we'll see if he can do it again. As Maggio's gonna hop up to block the outside lane of Donnie Kite, but Donnie Kite's gonna leave him. Donnie Kite goes to the middle, but he doesn't have any help behind. He tries to leapfrog Maggio, and he will. A good move there from Kite, really aggressive already. As Mark Kissweather, he's now 3rd on the inside lane, not kind of boxed in. Could be a dangerous situation if someone makes a big mistake on the outside lane. But off the tri-oval, down the front straightaway. 3 laps to go here in stage 1. Donnie Kite takes the lead. Steven Maggio right behind him, thinking about looking bottom. They're going to stay into the middle of the racetrack. Got Kyle up about a car length back or so, right behind him. Steven Maggio thinking about ditching to the low side, and he will. Maggio moves to the bottom, going to get pushed by Chapel down the back straightaway as Kite's now going to have Kyle Taub behind him. The inside lane looks a little bit more packed together right now. That momentum on the bottom will start to build back up, but we'll have to see that outside lane to see if they can build some momentum and try and get back up front here. Only 2 laps to go this time by stage 1.
Yeah, 2.5 laps to go pretty much here. Donnie Kite leading the outside lane, followed by Kyle Taub. Will any of these drivers behind Steven Maggio, Dylan Chapel, Cole Sander go up to the top side in front of Donnie Kite? Mark Kissweather also there in 5th place. He's looking for a stage 1. Jonathan Parker in 16th, way out back. He's in dead last pretty much right now.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. Jonathan Parker sees all the aggressive moves happening, knowing he's only about 34 above Mark Kissweather in the points. He's going to let Kissweather go up front and get those points if he wants to, and let him race for it. Parker, he's just sitting in the back, taking his time. He'll save his, just not wanting to get into an incident, and just keep his championship hopes alive going in the next week. I mean, really, he's got such a big thing. Anyways, but Nathan Levi's going around right into 3 and 4. He's going to save it there, believe. Or actually, I think he went around. I kind of went off my angle there, but Nathan Lehman, what a save on the inside lane, but now that leaves everyone on the outside, down through the tri-oval. 1 lap to go for stage number 1. Mark Kissweather not in a great spot for great stage points.
Yeah, no way Jonathan Parker can get any stage points unless these guys wreck us. Donnie Kite really still on the bottom. He checked up big time, I believe, maybe. Or he was very slow on the bottom lane. Here comes the inside lane, gonna try to do something here against the outside. Half a lap to go here at Talladega for stage 1.
Big wiggles there on the outside. Dylan Chapel's gonna hop down. Same with Cole Snyder.
Oh, he got loose.
Right there, but now the inside lane not really built up as well as the outside. Jose Ruiz on the outside lane. He's got Josh Arnold behind him through 3 and 4, coming to the line for stage number 1. Cole Snyder pushing Chapel out in front by a long shot. Coming down the front straight away, coming to the tri-oval. Where does Snyder go? But the wrecking in the back. Meredith goes down on the apron. Caution, no caution. Cole Snyder goes up
big side draft.
He's going to be able to do it, but here comes Donnie Kite down to the bottom. He's going to maybe get it at the line. It was Donnie Kite by 17 thousandths of a second. Right at the line there.
Wow. What a finish for stage 1 there. And these drivers pretty much leaving, coming back basically where they left off in the All-Star race of how aggressive these drivers have been. And Kisswiller in third, it looks like, so he's getting a lot of stage points here on Jonathan Parker, stage 1.
Yeah, great points there for Marcus Weather. He's able to have the hole open up right there and get 5th, so good amount of stage points for him as Jonathan Parker gets none, so we'll have to see how Marcus Weather can do. He's able to pick up the win last week at Bristol. He's got good momentum going into tonight. If he can win tonight as well, definitely give him some good points buffer over, well, kind of good points gain on Jonathan Parker. Most likely he's not going to be able to close that 34-point gap tonight, but he can really take a big chunk out of it, practice as much as he can for Kansas, and just try and go out there and dominate Kansas next week. But that's definitely going to be an interesting note going into next week. We'll have to see how tonight handles out for these two drivers.
Yeah, right now, Mark Kissmore looking really good. I mean, he's already within about 20 after this one, so he gained 7 points at stage 7. That'd be 8 points right there on Jonathan Parker, which would put him at 26 points back live right now just for the stage points.
Yeah, so that definitely helps him, as that will gain him, so that'll put him back to about 28 behind Jonathan Parker, but also points at the bonus points for leading a lap as well. So we have bonus points, fastest lap, I believe, maybe most laps led, leading lap. So you want to try and go out there and lead a lap as well, but also I'm just leading the last one. Also get some extra bonus point. But everyone gonna come down pit road, probably top it off on fuel. We'll see if anyone just takes tires. There's not really gonna be an importance here at a super speedway of Talladega, but Donnie Kite able to pick up the stage win. Got up front, but yeah, everyone taking fuel only. Is Maggio and Kissweather take fuel only. They're actually gonna come out first. As Donnie Kite, he takes 4 tires, so he's gonna move towards the back of the field. He's have to work his way back up from that pit stop. So the majority of the field taking only 2 tires are fuel only. So Steven Maggio will be our race leader when we go back clean, as they are giving it 1 to go this time by. So they'll line up 2 to go behind the pace car. And while we have the moment, why not let's bring in our stage winner of Donnie Kite, as he was able to play that strategy perfectly, bring his way up in those first 15 laps. A very aggressive race for so far, but also so far so clean as well. How are you able to get your way up front, and how are you going to do it again here for stage 2?
I tell you what, man, I wasn't going to do nothing if it weren't for the front bumper of that Juicy Spider gaming car of Josh Adams. That dude can shove like nothing, and he got me every time. Went to the outside lane, we ripped the wall, and I learned from the first block, and the second time somebody threw a block, I just darted the center and took the lead. So as long as you keep driving aggressive, it's the only way you're going to be able to stay up front in these things.
Yeah, and you're able to use Josh Adams to your advantage, and you guys working teammates together. As we saw Sunday in Stampede Racing League, that the Juicy Spider cars were able to work together a lot, and you guys are able to translate that towards tonight, and just how important is going to be working together as a team going to be important going to work tonight.
Extremely important. I, of all people, should know when it comes to plate racing, you got to have somebody out there with you, especially in this kind of car. It's really not all going to come down to driver. As long as you keep the car straight aero-wise and wheel-wise, and you don't blow the radiator out of proportion, and you got somebody that's willing to go with you where you want to go, you should have no reason not to be up front at the end of this thing.
Yeah, and teammates definitely going to be important, so we'll see how you guys are able to work back up front for stage 2. Good luck in the rest of the race.
Thank you, Aaron. I'll talk to you soon, hopefully.
We'll see if Donnie Kite, if he can work his way up and maybe pick off a stage 2 win. That's good points for him as well. as he's not in the chance, not in the opportunity for the championship, as he actually did not make the chase. But that is good points for him, and he can stay up kind of best of the rest there in the points, so that'll definitely be a goal for everyone outside of the chase, and also just kind of battle points within the chase as well. Just kind of getting a better championship position. Even if you're mathematically eliminated from the championship, just a lot of points can happen, and just kind of prize money between the championships. So all these drivers still fighting for everything they can get, even though if it's only like, say, for 5th of the championship, they're still gonna want it because they want that extra bit of cash.
Yeah, everyone paid an entry here to race in this series, so I mean, they want their money back and maybe even some more.
And that's also, I kind of like that as in league-wise, any leagues, it kind of gives the incentive to keep racing. As you know, in some leagues, after the chase, they don't pay it, they buy in, it's like a free league. After the chase, everyone just kind of leaves knowing they don't have a chance anymore, but everyone's still fighting for every points they can get for the points payout, and it gives us great fields after great fields week in and week out, and we've seen that so far all along this season as we're in the penultimate race here at Talladega, and it's definitely been some great racing tonight here from the high banks. Right now, the pace car going to take that hard left turn onto pit road for the second time tonight, as Mark Kisselweather on the outside and Steve Maggio on the inside going to lead him to green, back to the Geico restart zone here from Talladega, and we are back on the way here. Through turn 1 and 2, Mark Kisselweather with the shove from Dylan Chappell on the high lane, able to make that work down the back straightaway, side by side for the lead. Now Kisselweather clear, but here comes the outside lane. We just talked to Donnie Kite about how teammates are going to be an importance tonight, and he's pushing Josh Adams back on the outside lane, and those two machines are making it work, as they're going to try and go all the way to the front for the outside lane. They're going to be able to make it work down off of turn 4. Can Josh Adams pick up the lead this lap? They're going to be right up against the wall through the tri-oval, but Cole Sider going to try and take the lap lead as well, but that's going to allow Josh Adams to get the lap lead as those two machines clear for the lead. And they're going to move back to the middle of the racetrack, as they're actually going to get a couple, maybe 3 or 4 car lengths out in front of the field.
The 2-car tandems in the next gens really work well, but only for a lap and a half. The field behind them is going to catch up real quick here and eat them up soon.
Yeah, they push it together very well, but now feel like they're a little bit too far out. They're going to be sitting ducks here in a couple seconds once this field catches, as there's on board with Steven Maggio here, down through 3 and 4, trying to get that run as everyone 3 wide's honestly helping these top 2 pull away, but now they're going to leave each other a little bit as Donnie Kite get a little hot out front, pushing Josh Adams.
Go switch.
Little switcheroo there, and Donnie Kite takes the lead, but here comes the field. Steven Maggio getting pushed by Josh on the outside lane, and they're going to be able to make it work, as now everyone follows from the outside as Josh Adams, Donnie Kite left alone on the bottom.
Yeah, but now Donnie Kite now in that 5th place spot, falling back just a little bit. He was really pushing Josh Adams there, as now here comes Jonathan Barker to lead the bottom. Behind him, Donnie Kite, Josh Adams, some of the best pushers in the league right now so far.
As right now, these drivers just kind of staying double file right now, but the aggression is not let off from stage 1. Everyone still wants to lead as much as they possibly can. Steven Maggio right there in front with Josh Arnold pushing him, as Giovanni Klein in 3rd, Mark Kisselweather up to 4, so good positioning for Mark Kisselweather if he wants to pick up stage 2 points, as the stage was about 16 laps when they went green, so they'll have a 16-lap run, as everyone's basically 2 lanes right now with a couple stragglers in the middle, but now the middle lane starts to move up as Meredith and Snyder and Lehman in the middle lane going to try and work their way up forward. Going to try to side drive that outside lane, but Kisselweather hops back to the bottom. Now that leaves 3 all alone on the outside lane.
It's 3 wide here at Talladega. Plenty of room here at Talladega. I mean, you can see the dotted white lines there, kind of indicating that you can go 3 wide and give pretty much plenty of room to everyone else. I mean, you can see about car length in between each lane. So you're right here at Talladega, not as difficult as a track like Daytona or Atlanta, New Atlanta, but still kind of sketchy sometimes at some points. Ooh, big checkup on the inside lane. Looks like Nathan Lamont checking up there. Mark Kissenweather behind him. Dylan Chappell in the middle lane. Lost some momentum. Now they got it back here, and Lehman pushing Snyder, pushing Meredith out to the lead through the middle. Through 3 and 4 they go.
They able to make it work as you see those 3 in the middle got linked up very well, bumper to bumper. That's how it generates a lot of momentum in these next gen cars. But now Meredith kind of all together out front, but up front right now on the inside lane, the 71 of Mike Campbell. He's worked his way up to the front. That bright green Monster Energy car, Mike Campbell on the inside lane, kind of staying perfectly on the inside lane, just minding his own business, getting the occasional bump from Nick Kapiak on the bottom, and the outside lane just kind of doing their own damage a little bit with just not being able to get linked up properly yet. But here comes the inside lane again as Nick Kapiak pushing Mike Campbell, but Cole Snyder blocks the inside lane there, and he was going to take the race lead. Number 10 laps to go for stage number 2 now. The Russian not letting up.
As we're working lap 25, coming to 26 here. Meredith out front leading the middle pack. Snyder on the bottom as Meredith a huge run. Here comes Lehman with a huge shove also in the middle lane.
Down into 1 and 2, off of turn 2. Now Meredith able to hold the lead. Chappell right behind him. Lehman in the middle as Meredith thought about hopping up and blocking the outside lane from Lehman. Doesn't decide to do it. So the outside going to be a side by side down through 3 and 4. A little bit of contact there with Hunter Peach in on Nicky Quinones. They're both able to save it. The outside lane starting to form back up as Kissenweather trying to work his way back up. But this time, Jonathan Parker just kind of staying in the bottom, last in the inside lane, but is kind of in the danger spot as well as everyone's kind of 3 wide. Kissenweather trying to make his way up, but Parker's staying kind of in the pack, in the mix so far in stage 2. So I think we'll have to see what that 48 machine does it and how aggressive he gets for these stage points.
Yes, definitely he's around that 10th place spot. Kissenweather, you can see him on the very top side pushing Hunter Peach in that 20 machine. Both these drivers kind of having similar mentalities here for stage 2. Stage 1, I think Parker was kind of hanging back. You saw they weren't 4 wide right in front of him. So he kind of knew that they were being really aggressive early on. Maybe didn't want to risk it too much for stage 1, but because he saw that Kissenweather got some points for stage 1, so he wants to kind of even it out here for stage 2, per se.
And everyone was 3 wide there for a second. I love this top 4 to break away. Now normally isn't a problem, but now they're going to get caught back up. But those top 4 are going to weigh about a second as everyone was 3 wide. That actually could have been bad for the pack, because about 4 or 5 cars actually working together, pushing together well, can actually maintain their own, hold their own against the mid pack. As now they got caught. Now here comes the outside lane. Hunter Peach making his way up to the front tonight. He's got Nick Kapiak in that 6 machine behind him. But Mark Kissenweather, he hops up in front of Steven Aggio on the outside lane. Is now the 3rd lane starting to move back up as we talked about Jonathan Parker. He's still up in this front pack here. So he's looking like he wants to try and get a little bit of stage points back that he lost from Mark Kissenweather.
Middle lane kind of just has 3 cars not really working together, pushing each other. Kissenweather now pushing Happy up top. Here comes around for the top side now. So they're making a challenge here for the top 4 spots. Big run on the outside lane. Kissenweather pushing Happy with a good shove. As Meredith goes up to block it. Ooh, Happy.
Oh, Happy tries to move to the middle. A little bit of contact. Everyone keeps it together. Great saves from everyone there, but now that checks up the outside lane as the Klein's going to hop up
4 wide
behind Mark Kisweather 3 wide through the field again, but here comes Chapel. He's going for the lead on Zachary Meredith as everyone's all shuffling around throughout the main pack. Coming to 6 to go in stage 2. Just kind of don't know what's happening. Everyone's just moving up to the front and then falling back quickly. It's just kind of happening here and there.
Yeah, a lot of different strategies here, pushing, shoving. I think everyone just wants to be out front. No one's really hanging back of 17. You got Quinez, who's a little further back. He lost the draft 4 seconds back. But everyone else has been really aggressive so far. Seen comers and goers all throughout stage 1 and stage 2.
Yeah, Mark Kisweather, keep in mind, trying to get the stage points, trying to gain points on Jonathan Parker. He's up to 3rd, now back to 4th, but he's 3rd in that middle lane. He's up in a good spot now, with 5 to go, but he can quickly go to the back. But he's pushing Cole Snyder, which is pushing Dylan Chappell on the outside lane, as everyone's still kind of 3 wide. As here comes Jonathan Parker making it 4 right on the bottom under Mike Campbell. Is Mike Campbell going to be 4 wide with now Nathan Lamont, Jelani Klein, and Donnie Kite. But 4 wide to the main pack. That's going to allow this middle lane to kind of prevail up front. Now they're going to move to the outside lane, but still 4 wide. There's a little bit of contact there off of turn number 4. Still 4 wide. Now back to 3, as that was a little sketchy there through 1 and 2.
Yeah, I mean, 3 wide Talladega, not too bad, but 4 wide, you might want to second guess yourself a little bit there sometimes. But I mean, Parker being aggressive. I mean, he's one of the fastest drivers all season long. He wants to try to have that buffer for the championship race next week at Kansas.
And while they were going 4 wide, Mark Kisweather got left out to dry, and he's all the way towards the back. He fell all the way behind Mike Campbell, and now he's got a lot of work to do here with 4 to go in the stage. As Jonathan Parker, he's up just inside the top 10. Mark Kisweather, he might lose the draft.
As a little bit of contact on the outside wall goes Josh Adams. Donnie Kite looking for the stage 2 sweep here. Goes to the bottom, will not clear. Snyder has to go under yellow line. Kite kind of moved him down there. As Chapel still leads.
He can catch back up to the field. But everyone's still kind of squirming everywhere, making moves as much as they can as Donnie Kite moves back up to the top. He's got his teammates behind him. They're kind of lost a little bit of momentum. They're trying to build that back up. But the middle lane, Hunter Peach, Steven Maggio trying to make something happen. But currently the bottom prevailing still with Chapel, Snyder, and Meredith. But Meredith going to get side drafted back by Hunter Peach through the middle. 3 to go. Here is stage number 2.
3 laps to go. Is still anyone's stage to win here. I mean, we can see a lot of runs as here comes Peach now to the race lead. Chapel trying to block him. Now he has a shot from Cole Snyder. Zachary Meredith, as there goes Peach to the race lead, he clears Dylan Chapel.
He's going to be able to make it work. Hunter Peach out front, but keep it now. Mark Kisweather, he's able to get back up front. He's in the main pack now. 2 laps to go here in stage 2. He's trying to get some stage points over Jonathan Parker. Right now, everyone's just kind of working together, trying to get back up front, but as Dylan Chapel, Hunter Peach out in front by about 4 car lengths over Cole Snyder there in 3rd. But down the back straightaway now, Maggio getting help on the outside lane. Snyder's going to go up the block, a little bit of wiggles as Ruiz hops all the way up top. Ruiz hops all the way up top. Kisweather follows him as now the 3rd lane trying to make something happen. The middle kind of all messed up a little bit as Arnold hops down to the inside of Mark Kisweather. They're going to be 4 wide again. 4 wide again through the pack, but here comes Nick Kapiak and Josh Arnold. They're going to push together, trying to work their way up. Kyle Top tries to block it. They're going to go high to the outside of Kyle Top, but everyone up front, single file. Final lap for stage 2 as everyone is shuffled back now. As Mark Kisweather being one of those, so stage points could be caught back for Jonathan Parker.
Yeah, Parker trying to get those stage points. He's up to 5th place now.
But here comes this outside. Nick Kapiak Josh Adams, they get blocked by Hunter Peach, but they leave him out to dry to the middle. These two Juicy Spider machines moving all the way up from the back to the front. They're going to go fully clear as Josh Adams is going to try to push Nick Hapiak all the way to the stage win as it's kind of two-car tandems back to the mid-2010s. But now here comes Dylan Chappell, Cole Steiner. Do they have enough to catch Adams or Hapiak? They're wrecking towards the back, I believe, through the triangle as the caution's going to come out right before they get to the line. Nick Hapiak will pick up stage 2. What a crazy stage 2 finish, and honestly stage 1 finish as well. And if the race, the actual finish for the win is going to be anything like that, we're in for a great one tonight, as everyone not cutting any breaks tonight and has been very aggressive from the drop of the green. And Nick, that will be stage 2, as everyone's going to come down pit road here, probably top it off on fuel, as now that fuel strategy will come into question, as they are roughly around, expected about 30. So that will be, Nick Hapiak will not restart as the leader. So he's going to lose a couple spots on pit road to a few drivers taking fuel only R2 tires. But Josh Adams will restart up front. We'll bring in our stage 2 winner of Nick Hapiak, was able to pull off what his teammate did in stage 1, able to get a huge job from Josh Adams there right at the end. And what's your game plan going to the final stage here? Are you going to try and do the same thing?
Yeah, game plan number 1, get Josh behind me. I don't know what he's doing, but that guy can push. I thought when Peach came up to block, I thought that was game over right there, but somehow we kind of snaked through the middle there, and he said he never lifted, and I'm lucky. So it was wild. I'm just hoping we can all make it to the end, because it was getting pretty aggressive there. There's a lot of blocking going on that really don't feel as necessary. If you got to go up 3 lanes and then back down 2 to block somebody, you might as well just give it up. Like, it's not going to happen. So, but step number 1, just make it to the checkered flag. If we can finish in one piece, that's a win at Talladega.
Yeah, and especially that's everyone just, especially how aggressive the racing is tonight, and everyone just fighting for everything, and no one's really just kind of single filing out, taking it calm. So, what's your game plan? How are you gonna be able to use that to your advantage or disadvantage, and just trying to stay clean, and just comes down to it, how aggressive you're really gonna be?
Well, I mean, if they're being aggressive.
Back live here from Talladega. Apologies for the technical delays there, but we're going back green here for stage number 2. It will be underway as there is Josh Adams able on the front row with Nick Hapiak. Turning up my ATO real quickly. As Josh Adams on the front row, Nick Hapiak able to get there on the outside lane, but now currently down the off of turn number 2.
Hapiak and Josh Adams still working together on the top side, working well. Here comes Earl now to the inside of Hapiak. So he's going to make a move here now on turn 3 and 4. He has no help behind him too much, but here comes Dylan Chappell now to the inside. Going to push Arnold up there. Big shove on the inside lane. And Arnold almost clear to the top side, and he is. Will he move up top? Or is he going to stay bottom with Chappell for now? Bringing it to Kyle Top there in the 16 machine on the inside as the top 2 looking to tandem away for now.
Dylan Chapel able to work their way up front, but off of turn number 2, down back straightaway.
Good show from Snyder there. We're pushing the inside lane up a little bit more. As we will have to have at least one pit stop this stage. 32 laps you can go and fuel about, give or take. Ooh, 3 wide. Adams the inside of Todd. Todd was blinking there, so I don't know if Adams really saw him physically on the racetrack, but he splits a 3 wide there, and Todd now going to move all the way to the back of the field. This is a few cars up top. You got Adams and Happyak now working together again as they have a huge win up top. Arnold split middle. He tried to go up the block to the top side, but just didn't have the momentum to do so. As Peach is going to help him. Big throw to that 22 machine as here comes Donnie Kate up top also, followed by Steven Maggio on the top side. And you got Jonathan Parker up there on the outside in 3rd place on back on the outside lane. And also Mark Kissenweather 4th on the inside.
Middle there, but Josh Adams, Dick Happyak perfectly working together so far, but off the triangle down the front straightaway entry turn number 1. Josh Adams able to make it work on the outside lane. Dylan Chapel down to the bottom. As both lanes side by side, dead even heat so far, as no one making it 3 wide yet. The outside lane starting to make something happen. There's a little bit of 3 wide action towards the middle of the pack. But off of turn 4, Josh Adams, Nick Happyak on the outside, Dylan Chapel, co-signer on the bottom, pushing each other well. Kind of a slow final stage here. Mainly we saw the earlier on. We kind of saw everyone was going 3 wide in those first 2 stages, and now everyone's just kind of taking their time, being careful with each other.
Yeah, I think they know that they have at least one pit stop here. They don't really have to rush it too much for this stage. You have 37 plus laps to go, and you have 1 pit stop here and around. You go around 32 laps on fuel, so I mean you can split it kind of a little bit halfway here and there, maybe not go the whole distance, but realistically you probably want to go the whole 32 laps on fuel just to stretch it out as much as you can, just in case there's a late race caution. You don't want to be trapped the lap downs. Here comes Nathan Lehman, going to split 3 wide on Donnie Kite. Kite right off the drive at the top, and you want to go up to work with the 2 machine up top.
Yeah, they're making that middle lane work on the outside lane, and here comes Lehman. He's doing side by side. As you'll start to see that lane kind of pull back a little bit, as well as you just mentioned the strategy as well as here at LRM we did bring a little bit of strings as well for tonight, as we bring in a little special guest of Jeremy Burns, also known as Larry McReynolds, great impersonator.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. Now, what we're going to talk about is the side draft here, and that is a very crucial element to super speedway racing. Now, as you see, the yellow car on the outside pulls to the rear quarter panel of what seems to be a Jimmy Johnson impersonator. Now, what he's going to do is he's going to pack air on that rear spoiler and disrupt the air with the nose of his car, creating more resistance. And when you create more resistance, you pull that car back. And that is a key skill to have at a super speedway like Talladega.
Definitely an important way here is side draft definitely going to be super important, as we kind of saw at the end of the stages there, and we'll definitely see it by the end of this race tonight. But thank you, Jeremy, also Larry, but we'll hope to see you maybe some other time, but thank you again for your insight.
Yeah, thank you. Next time we'll talk about the fuel cell.
That was Jeremy Burns, also known as Larry McReynolds, here for our purposes tonight. But great insight there. But right now, Josh Arnold I'm sorry, Josh Adams and Nick Capiak on the front row, up front, but here comes Kyle Taub, Josh Arnold, they're moving up to the outside lane, but now down the back straightaway, this time with 35 laps to go. Here from Talladega, we'll hit the fuel, starting to come in some pictures. The fuel window's about to open here with 5 laps. As we did mention, teammates, definitely going to be a big asset for you tonight. We'll have to see how this works out. If anyone tries to play a little bit of strategy with the team, maybe pit 3 or 4 together, maybe 5. We'll see if they can jump the field, kind of separate out a little bit. But meanwhile, down through the trial, Kyle Top out in front. Josh Arnold trying to side draft Donnie Kite in. Josh Arnold back. As you go down through turn 1.
Yes, both lanes have been pretty even tonight. There hasn't been a dominant lane inside-outside. I think both lanes have been pretty usable. I mean, we haven't really seen anyone really dominate each lane. I mean, none of these drivers have gone single file at all tonight. At some point, I think we might see that in this stint here for the final stage at some point, though. But right now, these guys are still being aggressive. Here comes Donnie Kite up top as Arnold goes to shove Todd big time on the bottom.
Yeah, and a big move on the outside there as Todd just that big shove, but they kind of get a little separated there. But down the front straightaway coming out to the trial. Well, Meredith's going to hop up to the outside lane. Going to be side by side here with Donnie Kite as he's going to be able to get that lap led there. But 3 wide is Mike Campbell in the middle, but Dylan Chappell all by himself up front. We'll see when someone hops up. Is Cole Snyder all the way towards the back. Quinones thinks about hopping up, but Campbell thought about hopping up there. Jose Rue's going to hop up as well as here comes the 3 wide moves. A little blocking there. Into the wall, but I think everyone keeps it together. But meanwhile, down the back straightaway, Kyle Todd able to hold together out front. So we just kind of see all this craziness. Let's take a look at the back here as Cole Snyder comes towards the back. Let's take a look at the onboard camera here. Just see how crazy this it looks like from the back of the pack. He's kind of lifting there. You kind of see, but you kind of see everyone just making moves. Now he's all looking back, lumber up Nathan Lamon. And up front is those 3 Juicy Spider machines back together. Now 32 to go. The fuel window back in the fuel window. Here comes the outside lane with Zachary Meredith. Got a good run with Giovanni Klein. They're going to move back to the bottom. Down the back straightaway, down to the 3 and 4, they'll be side drafting.
A little bit of side drafting like Larry Mack was talking about earlier.
And great insight from him there earlier, but down the front straightaway, going down into the trial. And Meredith's going to try and pull that side draft on Giovanni Klein. Well, with Giovanni Klein as well, but on the outside lane, Donnie Kite's going to side draft the back. Zachary Meredith. Giovanni Klein on the inside lane, make it work. They're going to clear that outside. Klein tries to hop up in front of Kite, thinks better of it. Going to stick right behind Zachary Meredith as they're going to stay out in front. Going to get back car length ahead. But down off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. They're going to stay towards the middle, thinking about blocking that high lane. But those 2 working together perfectly in the middle. They're able to hold the outside lane off for now.
As they go up top again, here comes Donnie Kite. No help behind. He's going to do it himself to the inside of Meredith. No help for either driver for now, but here comes Chappell on the inside. Donnie Kite's going to clear, and Chappell's going to clear also.
That's down the front straightaway coming into the trial. Everyone starting to make their moves now. Aggressive, starting to pick back up a little bit of contact with Nathan Lamon and Josh Arnold there right through the center of the trial, able to keep it together. But that's going to cause a little bit of a gap, but instead Dylan Chappell, Donnie Kite able to get about 4 or 5 car lengths ahead of the rest of the field. But here comes Mark Kissweather back up through the field. He's going to try and hop up in front of Josh Arnold here. Maybe he's going to stick with Kyle Taub as the outside lane of Nick Capiak in Josh Adams. Starting to fall back a little bit. It's 3 wide for the rest of the field. It's not 4 or 5, starting to pull away just a little bit.
Here goes Kissweather with Taub going for the race lead on Donnie Kite. 3 wide for the race lead.
3 wide for the lead through 1 and 2, through 3 and 4, as now that leaves the bottom back to the lead by about 3 or 4 clear.
Kissweather top kind of fell back through 3 and 4, just all that movement going up and down the racetrack kind of really killed the momentum, as now they're about 3 or 4 car lengths away from Dylan Chappell in the race lead.
still 3 wide. Kissweather stuck in the middle. He's going to force his way in there. Donnie tries to hop back up in front of him. He should have leapfrogged back on the bottom, but now he's kind of stuck himself in the middle lane. As down the front, back straightaway, lead pack back to about single file up front as they only got 3 cars out on the outside lane. I think this is the compass we've seen all night so far.
Yeah, we'll see these drivers start to form a single file line, just kind of ride for now. We'll see that as a strategy. We've seen it multiple times in Super Speedway racing in real life and also in iRacing. Especially when you know you have to at least make 1 pit stop. We've talked about all night long. That green flag pit stop, if we stay green the whole way, was the most important pit stop of the night, easily by far, not even close. So 3 wide up top, and here comes Tobb. He's blinking though. It's gonna be trouble for Adams. Tobb on the outside wall. Tobb's have kind of had some internet issues a little bit here and there, which really hindered himself useful in the drafts. I mean, usually when he's leading the pack, it doesn't end too well. It's the second time he's been in the outside wall, split 3 wide by Josh Adams being in front.
Down the front straightaway, everyone's single file. Is kind of wild, the calmest we've had all night long. We're gonna take this time to do a little bit of an element and crank it up here from Talladega. Crank it up here from Talladega as off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Dylan Chappell on the bottom as the Juicy Spider Machines lead the outside lane still. As meanwhile through 3 and 4, Josh Adams, Dylan Chappell side by side for the lead. Is Dylan Chappell gonna get turned down to the apron? What a save for that 99 machine! He's gonna pull back up right in front. Wow, what a save from Dylan Chappell! Great save there. Mark Kissweather actually gonna come down pit road. From that is actually they did have a couple of pit stops right as they decided to do that, right as that happened, but we got a few drivers coming out pit road now.
Yeah, this is pretty much make or break for Mark Kissweather championship wise. If he makes a good strategy call here, he has a shot at really gaining a lot of time here in Jonathan Parker in the championship.
Yeah, 4 drivers down pit road, as I mentioned earlier. 4 drivers together can break away from the pack. So we'll see if they can try to get a big undercut here. With 24 to go, all of them have plenty of time to take enough fuel and get enough fuel. But everyone now single files out. Here comes the rest of the field.
As the drivers that just pitted came out all together. So we'll see what happens here. How organized are you off of pitting? That's probably more important than how good your pit stop is. And how fast your pit stop on pit lane is. how organized are you off the field and how close you are together too.
Yeah, but now that the bigger problem is that leaves about only 6 cars out on the racetrack. They are separated a little bit, and Jonathan Parker in this pack. This could slow them up a little bit, and he kind of loses the pack of that those top 3, but they're able to stick together. But meanwhile, the rest of the field coming off pit road now. We'll see how well they can work together, but let's keep an eye on where's Mark Kissweather, Kyle Taub, and Jose Ruiz. Mike Campbell, actually, neither of these 4s and 3 could be a little harder to maintain. We'll see if they can jump this field, though.
Jump a few. I think they'll pretty much be even. That's, I think, sometimes you won't be able to jump them, but as long as you're even, that's a win.
And I think it's gonna be perfect for them. They're actually gonna have the momentum and able to get out in front of them. They have the momentum. They're gonna be getting up to speed as the
front
inside
pack
lane
coming
there.
to lane this time too.
So here comes the rest of the field. Josh Adams, Nick Hapiak, and Donnie Kite all down pit road. As the rest of the field coming off turn 4 now.
Yeah, they pitted a little later, so you can take a little bit less fuel, probably about a gallon less or so. So here they come off the pit lane. Should be pretty much even. I think we'll still have a pretty big pack once everyone cycles through.
Yeah, and actually, Jonathan Parker and Steven Maggio able to jump this Juicy Spider car, so I think those guys took a little bit less fuel possibly.
Yeah, Maggio had a 6-second pit stop compared to Josh Adams with a 7.7, so 1.7 seconds. That's a pretty significant amount of fuel that Maggio did not take there.
Oh, but Marcus with a big wiggle off of turn 2 there. Down the back straightaway, able to hold it together, but actually that front 6 kind of got ahead just a little bit. They're gonna have to pull away. They're trying to pull away a little bit. They got one lane off the back. Did not get back on, but Mark Kissweather, Cole Steiner, Jill and Chappell trying to work together. They're gonna get clear of that machine there right as they just get by there. Got by Cody McCorkle. As they work their way by, they're trying to close that gap down to the front of Nick Hapiak, and I think they're in that trap range, so they should be okay.
Yeah, Sanders really pushing Mark Kissweather as hard as he can right now. About 1 second back, slowly gaining on the main pack.
Let's look at these lap times between these 2 gaps, and that gap there, 0.8 of a second between these drivers. 5th place of Nick Hapiak and the 1st place of the 2nd pack of Mark Kissweather. Gaps down to 6:10. They're kind of slowly getting back up to there as Kissweather did lose that help from Cole Steiner.
Snyder got really hot, had to get some clean air. I think they're close enough where it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the gap's now under half a second, so they're easily there, and they will be able to close that gap there. As now the field all back together with 20 laps to go. Now the whole field back together. The Juicy Spider cars got left out the dry on the outside lane. Those drivers able to make it work perfectly, but off of turn number 4 down the front straightaway now. Stevie Maggio holds the lead. He's got Jonathan Parker behind him and Mark Kissweather there in 3rd. The 2 championship contenders up at the front in 2nd and 3rd. We'll see how aggressive these drivers want to get up front and try and get this race win. We'll see, right now those 2 kind of chilling up front there in 2nd and 3rd. But here comes the outside lane of those Juicy Spider cars trying to make some moves back up on the outside, but no one out there helping him. Everyone's single file basically right now. It's kind of the comments we've seen all night, really.
Yeah, I mean, so far everyone's just kind of chilling, chillaxing pretty much. You got teammates out on the very outside lane. Plenty of room, no side drafting at all. I mean, they have pretty much 2 car lengths. As soon as I say that, they go down. But I mean, pretty much no hard side drafting between those drivers. But here they come, some more drivers up top. Jose Ruiz gonna make it 3 wide, but no one's helping behind him. As soon as it's set, there goes Kyle Top. So some aggressive driver now here. Under 20 laps to go in this one. It's big blocks there. It's Donnie Kite blinking out in the middle of the pack.
And that blinking a little bit could be pretty deadly. Is kind of gone now, falling back off the back. So this is not good for Donnie Kite and not good truly for the field. We'll see if he can hop back in line here. He pops back in there right towards the middle of the pack. He's going to fall back to the back of the pack, just kind of stay out of the way for a little bit. But Josh Adams getting pushed from Jose Ruiz on the outside lane. Not really working out there great so far. So the inside lane is starting to maintain a little bit more momentum. Cole Steiner thinking about hopping up in front of Josh Adams. Not going to do it yet. He's trying to side draft a little bit back. As here comes the outside lane now.
The outside has the run. Josh Adams, Jose Ruiz working together for now. They're not really on. Jose's not really on Josh's bumper too much, but they're still aero pushing right now on the top side. Maybe we'll clear here on the top, and yes, they will. Will Adams go to the bottom? He stays up top for now, as they are really clear the inside lane. The inside lane really stalling out big time on the inside.
Meanwhile, as the inside lane is stalling out, here comes the outside lane. They're going to clear down to the bottom, so now it's going to kind of shuffle back up front as Mark Kissweather, Jonathan Parker, they were second and third. Now they're back towards the middle of this pack. Just keep in mind, as we did, those pit stops did kind of shake up the field a little bit, as the field has been slower, shrink down a little bit. As now it's only 12 out in this front pack, as Zachary Meredith, Josh Arnold, Giovanni Klein, Enrique Quinones all left out by themselves.
Oh, big shove up front! As that bad shove from Taub there almost turned Adams in front of the field, but he saves it. Yeah, completely sideways there off on the entry to a 1.
A great save from everyone though, and honestly, a lot of this battling, a lot of this helping what just happened there towards the back. Is you kind of see that gap. You see that gap between Zachary Meredith and Gordon McCorkle. The gap was about 7 seconds. Now it's back to about 6.5. As we'll have to keep that gap between those drivers. We'll have to see. Meanwhile, everyone's staying together so far.
Yeah, 15 laps to go. This is about what stage 1 and 2 were, give or take a lap. But I mean, we saw how aggressive these guys were 15 laps ago in stage 1, stage 2. I wouldn't expect anything less in these final 15 laps of the actual race. As he goes top, basically over Adams. Adams, no help, low side draft there on the front straightaway. Here comes Chappell, the big shove to Kyle Todd as he clears the outside lane for the race lead.
Yeah, we'll make it work. Kyle Todd on the inside lane, as we'll keep an eye on that gap. So you see the interval between Zachary Meredith right on our ticker. The gap between Nick Kapiak and Zachary Meredith is about 4.8 seconds. So that second pack is closing with all this battling, all this shoving, all this side drafting. The gap's down to 4.8 seconds. They're working together well. Down to 5 seconds. We'll have to see what that does for those drivers.
It's coming to 13 laps to go. And we'll see. I think really the final 2 laps is really what's going to decide this one. You know, positioning in these next about 10 or so laps. You just want to put yourself in the best position for those final 2 laps, really. And I mean, sometimes it really doesn't matter what position you're on in the final lap. Could be in first, could be in 10th. We've seen plenty of times, racing-wise, and just watching. And driver in 10th place avoids the last lap wreck, and they go through and win the race. We'll see if that happens here tonight at Talladega.
And we've seen it tonight as well, and just how quick these drivers are just getting left out the drive, moving all the way to the back, and also how quick they're moving right back up to the front. Just a very quick movement. As here comes Cole Steiner to hop up to the top lane, but Josh Adams will move out of the block. His teammate of Donnie Kite down the bottom, as Cole Steiner left out the drive on the outside lane, so he might go all the way towards the back. So we'll have to see him work his way back up, but everyone just shuffling quick to the front, quick to the back. It just has been all night long. It was like you said, anything can happen, and anyone could be in this shot to win as long as they're in this main pack. As just everyone's just cycling everywhere. Just shuffling. There's a little bit of contact between Cole Snyder there and Donnie Kite through the middle, 3 wide. As Nathan Lamon in the middle, they're going to fall back a little bit, but through 3 and 4, coming to 11 laps to go this time by. The laps are ticking down as meanwhile that gap there for that second pack, Josh Arnold, 13 and 13. The gap's back up to 6 seconds. It was down to just under 5. So that second pack had to shuffle up to the front and Meredith shuffled back to about 15th in that pack. And that's really slowing them, that slowed them out a little bit. Not really gaining enough anymore, so, but a caution will put them back into it, and that'll make this front pack all the way back up to 16 cars. Mike Campbell is actually about to get lapped there. As you see him all the way down to entry turn number 3. He actually could get lapped here, but he'll get lapped here by the end of this race. This time by, we'll be coming to 10 laps to go, so we're getting this final bit of this race.
The outside lane kind of, no lanes really formed up too much. We're kind of all separated, a few cars in between each other. So the outside lane now formed up four cars. We'll see what they can do here on coming to 10 to go.
The driver's making it work on the outside lane, but down the front straightaway, entering turn 1. Cole Snyder, Nathan Lamont, Dylan Chapel, single file on the bottom so far. As here comes the 2 GC Spider cars on the outside again. You kind of just see him everywhere on the track. Just see him everywhere in the pack. Cole Snyder's actually going to go up to block them as they able to make the run.
Lamont in the middle.
Yeah, Lamont left out the dry in the middle. Is down through 3 and 4 as Josh Adams, Donnie Kite back to linked up together on the outside lane. They're actually going to get clear. Cole Snyder on the bottom. Do they take the opportunity to move down on the bottom? Kyle Thompson stay up. Nick Kapiak right there behind him as they're going to get clear, and they all going to take it to the bottom, but Donnie Kite thinks about hopping up and leaving his team with Josh Adams out there.
I mean, he might be trying to get some clean air maybe.
As
your lap traffic up ahead.
Lap guard Mike Campbell go lap down, so he's really banking on a caution. Oh, but contact there! Dylan Chapel goes around almost. What a save! That's a second save for Dylan Chapel tonight. Dylan Chapel, great saves tonight, all night long so far, but he might lose a draft for that one, and I think he will, and unfortunate for Dylan Chapel, he's going to fall all the way to the second pack, and unfortunate for that 99.
Right now, all single file around the top side, 2 different packs, coming to 8 laps to go. We'll see how aggressive you guys get, but they might be a little bit calm here. Just kind of, the top 6 are kind of liking the spot they're in right now for the final 2 laps. And Marcus one in a good spot, and the Kapiak in a pretty good spot in 5th place. I mean, you can't really complain about being 5th place after these final 2 laps. As here comes Jose Ruiz to the inside of the lane. No help though. We'll see how far you can get on this inside lane by himself.
And he tries it. Kyle Top hopped down as well, trying to side draft Cole Snyder back. But they're going to both fall all the way up to the back of this lead pack. But another one that actually, when Chapel got really sideways there, Nathan Lamont, Colton McCorkle, they got left out as well. They're 2 seconds back. They only have Mike Campbell to help them as well. And they're falling really far back. They're going to try and close this gap back in. About 2.5 seconds back. So that only leaves down to this top 9 up front. And that's kind of allowing this to kind of chill out for a minute. If they all stick together, they don't make any moves, they keep it all clean and green, there's only those 9 instead of the rest of the field of 17.
Yeah, only 9 drivers. You got Nathan Lamont and McCorkle trying to work together, but it's really just a 2-car tandem, kind of 3-car tandem. And they got Mike Campbell back there. But I just don't know unless these guys start battling, which could easily happen. As here comes Cole Snyder, he's lost it. As here comes Kissingway, they gotta look to the inside, gotta help Snyder also. We'll see how much time they can make up here. Let's see, here they go. 7 to go. This is go time.
Yeah, they got Kyle Todd, Jose Ruiz, Jonathan Parker thinking about helping them as well. But as you mentioned, that second pack, if they can close that gap in, Lamont and McCorkle, they're the 2 lead lap cars in that pack. They're able to close it in. Last time by, they're about 2.4 down 2.1, so they've been gaining slowly, but now the battling is going to help them out now. But Cody McCorkle, how much more attempts does he have to push Nathan Lamont? Is once he runs out of attempts, it gets really hot. It's going to have to lay off a lot. And now off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. This is blink yellow. bit. But down the front straightaway into turn one.
Oh, Adams!
Adams to
3
the
wide.
bottom, a big move.
What a move there. Now he goes to the outside. He has no help though. Todd's a little further back. Not there yet. Now he is.
Let's go Snyder lead. Josh
5 to go.
Adams to the bottom. What's there? Fix the ticker there. Sorry about that. The lead. Oh, Tom's gonna go around. He's gonna save it. No, he's gonna collect Kissweather though. He's the collector. One of our championship contenders. Mark Kissweather gets involved as they're late, but Josh Adams out front, and that's gonna bring out our caution as our second cause of incident tonight. As the aggression, it finally bites the field. As Mark Kissweather, importance there.
He doesn't have the meatball flag, but still, definitely some aero damage on a 15 machine. Has to fix it.
Yeah,
and with the green checker here, it's gonna be difficult.
He should be able to fix that, hopefully. But Mark Kissweather, unfortunate for that 15
wrong place,
machine.
wrong time. As I think Todd was trying to block Happyak, and when we talked to him in an interview, he didn't like some of the blocking that was going on, and he just kept his footing. I'm pretty sure didn't let Todd go. But I mean, that was a pretty fair move from the Happyak.
Meanwhile, this will allow Josh Adams out front. What does he do? Does anyone pit or stay out? If you do pit, you come down and top it off. Is when they pitted, did they only take enough fuel just for the finish, or did they top it off for green white checkers? Everyone looking like they're gonna come down pit road. Everyone that was up front, they're gonna come down pit road here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone topped off on fuel for the green checkers there.
And that's it's going to be really interesting here who will come out off pit road first and who will take the bare minimum of fuel as they have a couple attempts here.
Tires, ooh.
Tires for Josh Adams. I don't know if that was intentional or not. He's going to take 4. But that's interesting there, but Cole Snyder, he actually stayed on the racetrack. Steven Maggio, Nathan Lamont. Cole Snyder out in front. He stayed out, so we'll see how close he could be on fuel, but with 3 laps to go here. This is going to get a little interesting now. Is also keep in mind that Mike Campbell's a lap down. That's going to allow him to get his lap back. But Steven Maggio, Nathan Lamont, Cody McCorkle, all up front now. As they were Steven Maggio, not Steven Maggio, but Nathan Lamont, Cody McCorkle, they were just catching the back of the field. That we'll be coming to 1 to green, so we're gonna have about 2 laps over scheduled distance. So we have our first attempt at a green-white checkered here tonight. But this is going to get wild here from Talladega. We saw how aggressive the entire field was for the first 2 stages. And now it's going to get even more aggressive as you see Dottie Kane actually, I think, had a little bit of damage. I think got out right in front of the field, but we're going to line it back up here.
Yes, Kissmiller coming up pit lane, fix as much damage as he could. Stayed in his pit box for 1 minute and 37 seconds. This car looks pretty clean from the outside view. Probably some aero damage still in that one, but
we'll see here coming across the stream. But actually, I think he's got a little bit of left rear damage. Actually, I think he may have fixed it all. So Mark Kisselweather, I have a perfectly clean car now, but I don't know if he hit anything, any wheel well that could hurt his damage there. But the aero looks fine. Looks like a brand new race car for that 15 machine, but he's going to have to work his way back from 15th. So Mark Kisselweather, a long way to go.
He's probably got to hope for a lap wreck, honestly. I mean, at this rate, I mean, we don't know how bad his damage is, but starting the 15th, not going to make it easy.
It definitely won't. It's going to be a lot. He's going to need some help in getting up through the field. But Cole Snyder, Steven Maggio are going to lead them back to green. They both stayed out. As they will lead them back to green here for his first attempt at a green-white checker. Nathan Lamont, he'll restart P number 3. Kuda McCorkle will restart 4th. Giovanni Klein will start 5th. As Josh Arnold, Giovanni Klein, those guys were in the second pack. They're now out in front. So this is going to get a little hectic here late. But we're going to have our first attempt at overtime. Cole Steiner, Steve Maggio on the front row. This whole race comes down to this. But coming to the Geico restart zone, we're back underway for the green-white checker here at Talladega.
Inside lane with a great shove. Lehman, Klein, Snyder, Meredith all hooked up together on the inside lane. The outside lane a little further back from each other. No one's really pushing each other too much. As the inside lane really working together well.
Work together well, getting back up to speed off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Steve Maggio on the outside lane, trying to get pushing from Cody McCorkle. Snyder's going to come up the block, and they're going to try and go around him the long way. Maggio gets to the wall, down through 3 and 4. Maggio's going to fall all the way back. Cole Snyder down in the middle, leading the outside lane. But Nathan Lamont on the bottom with help from Giovanni Klein on the inside lane. Off of turn 4, down the front straightaway. Can they get to the tribal? Can they get the white flag? Through the tribal, white flag in the air. 1 lap to go here from Talladega. You see Josh Adams and Nick Hapiak up top. A little bit of contact from behind him. He's going to hold it together, but now it's going to shake them all up. But side by side, 3 deep as they enter 1 and 2 for the final time.
Kisselweather not out of it yet. He's in that 8th place spot, not far behind Parker. He still has a chance to win this one.
Down the back straightaway, here comes the outside lane. Cole Snyder getting pushed by Cody McCorkle. Nathan Lamont in the lead on the bottom with Giovanni Klein pushing. Zachary Meredith right there in 3rd, kind of boxed in. Lamont's going to get a good shove off of turn 4. Where's the outside? Do they come out the outside? Here comes Cole Snyder. He's going to get shuffled out by Giovanni Klein. They're going to make a little bit of contact. Coming to the trial with a little time. It's Nathan Lamont. Giovanni Klein, does he have enough to make a move? Zachary Meredith's going to hop up. Klein's going to try and pull the side trap right at the line. Not enough for Klein. Nathan Lamont is going to pick up the win, and he wins the JUICYSPYDR Studios 212 here from Talladega.
What a move for Nathan Lamont. He's been up for all day, and he gets to win here at Talladega.
A great move. Got the bottom, able to hold it on the bottom, and just Giovanni Klein, not enough, just too late at the end to make the move. By 15 thousandths of a second. And that's also another thing. In this season, we've seen so many photo finishes in Talladega, not one to disappoint. We're going to put it under 200 once again. as Nathan Lamon this time will come out on top. And a great win for that 14 machine. Giovanni Klein comes up short.
Just everyone graduating Nathan Lamon.
Is Nathan Lamon able to get the win?
His first win of the season for him.
He's came close. We've talked to him before. He's had a lot of podium finishes. He's had actually 3 top 5s. I believe all of those were probably a top 3, and he's had 12 top 10s, but hasn't been able to come out on top so far this season, and he does it tonight here at Talladega. He's going to burn it down on the front straightaway. Great win for Nathan Lamon, and he's burning it down still here on the front straightaway. Before we get to our top 3 interviews and our results, we're going to take a quick break here from Talladega. We'll be right back. here from Talladega as Nathan Lamont able to get the race win as he just finished burning it down here. We'll bring in our race winner of Nathan Lamont. As we'll bring him in here. There we go. Nathan Lamont, our race winner. He got 3 top 5s in the season, a lot of top 10s, but has not been able to bring it in to victory lane so far this season. Tonight, that changed. How's it feel to get your first win of the season?
Man, it means so much. Today was a really tough day. We buried my grandma today, so this is for her. I never thought I was going to win an NAOR. I've been with these guys for a long time, and it just means the world to do this. So.
And so sorry for your loss, and it's just definitely heartwarming you're able to get the win tonight. And you tried so hard all season long, and just how were you able to position yourself in the correct moment and just put yourself out there and able to get the win tonight?
Oh, there at that last little bit of the run where we all hit pit road, we were sitting pretty good in that lead pack, but things happened, and I ended up losing the draft and was working with Cody McCorkle and Mike there to try to get caught back up, but we weren't going to be able to do it. And then the yellow came out, and a bunch of cars peeled off and came to pit road, so I'm not sure if they were just low on fuel or what the deal was, but that moved us from like 7th up to 3rd on that restart. And Cole and I, we work really well together, so we timed that restart pretty well, and we're able to go 1-2, and he threw a big block on that outside lane on Maggio and kind of stalled out that outside lane, and we were side by side, and I thought it was going to be between us racing it back to the checkered, but I think he ended up getting turned by somebody there, and then I was fighting off Giovanni Klein, and he was nice enough not to turn me there and race me clean to the line, and got a big push from Billy. So just a huge effort from everybody that was working together in our group chat tonight, and I just can't tell you how much this win means to me. I really can't.
And you're able to come out on top after a great race you ran all night long. Before we send you off on your way, any special thank you for tonight's race win?
Yeah, just again, this one's for my grandma. Shout out to her. Shout out to Cole Snyder there for working well with me. Dylan Chappell, Zachary Meredith. We were all kind of in a line there, working really well. Shout out to Kyle Taub. He painted this beautiful car that I've been running all season. Probably one of my favorite cars that I've gotten to race in NAOR ever. So go out to Taub Designs if you're looking for really, really cool paint schemes. He's pretty good at what he does. And then obviously shout out to you guys for broadcasting this thing, and shout out to JPaw for putting this league on, and man, I'm pumped.
Once again, congrats on your race win. We'll see you next week for the season finale at Kansas.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
So as our race winner of Zachary Meredith, we'll bring in our second place finisher here of Giovanni Klein. And Giovanni Klein, not enough there at the line. 15,000 short. What do you think you could have done differently there to maybe snipe that one away?
Well, I was a little content pushing Griff there, but I think I made the move a little too late. But I feel like the 17 was going to go with the 14 regardless. So I was like, it's a little like 50-50. I'm happy that Griff won that, or Nathan Lehman. So
yeah, you're still able to pick up a good second place finish tonight and a solid points finish. Now, you're not in the championship hunt, unfortunately, but I think you definitely put a lot there. It'll definitely be even been nice to watch you all season long, but a good solid point night for you tonight, and it'll allow you to gain kind of all your competitors throughout the points and get yourself a little bit better positioning in the points at the very end of the season. How are you able to carry this momentum after tonight, going into the finale next week, and maybe pick up an extra few point spots?
Oh, for sure. Hopefully, it seems like there's a little trend. Last week, I believe I finished 3rd. This week, I finished 2nd. Hopefully, next week it's 1st.
And we'll have to see. I mean, a lot of things can happen next week at Kansas. Back to our typical kind of cookie cutter mile-and-a-half track, and we'll have to see, we'll definitely see you there. But before we send you off on the way, any sponsor thank for tonight's first, tonight's second place finish.
Of course, I would like to shout out Cheesy Designs, my own designing company, and Pizza Wings Gaming as well.
And once again, congrats on your second place finish tonight. We'll see you next week for the season finale at Kansas. So our second place finisher of Giovanni Klein. We'll bring in our third place finisher here of Zachary Meredith. If we can find him in the Discord. There he is. So Zach Meredith, our third place finisher tonight, just coming up a little bit short again, but able to still pick up a very solid run for you tonight, and able to just about 56,000 seconds short. What do you think you could have done there differently right at the very end to maybe pick that race win up?
I honestly don't know if I could have done much different with being stuck 2x2x2 for the longest time. I wasn't clear till the tri-oval, and the only shot I had is if the 5 car hit the 14 and made contact and they got put in the wall and I drove past underneath, but that didn't happen. So once I knew I didn't have a chance of winning coming to the line, I just got right behind Nathan and just gave him the biggest hit I could to help him win.
And you're still able to pick up a solid third place run for you tonight, but just tonight, it was very aggressive night. Pretty much from the drop of the green, we saw everyone in those 2 stages be very aggressive for the stage wins, and you're able you worked your way up front a lot, and then fell back just like everyone else did. Everyone did their fair share of jumping up front and falling all the way to the back. And just how were you able to move your way through the field tonight after getting pushed back to the back, and also just able to try and maintain track position tonight? How were you able to do that?
Just how to find friends where you're at. A lot of communication. Me, Griff, Dylan, Cole, Q. We all worked together the entire race. Just try to have a game plan the entire time. Try not to lose a draft, but I did at one point with like 20 to go or something like that, and I was just begging for a caution. That was the only thing that saved my race, was a caution that got me back in it, stayed out, and then being on the bottom, I was just going to push any car in front of me until I was clear to have a chance, and I never had a chance, so I just pushed the car in front of me to win. But, I mean, we were flawless on pit road on the one green flag run that we had to do a pit stop for, so that was great. We didn't lose any time. We minimalized the mistakes. It's just with this draft package, you just can't lose the draft. If you lose the draft, it makes it so hard to do anything, especially with when I lost the draft, there was only 3 cars left and they were 6 seconds behind, so there was nothing I could have done unless there was a wreck, which there was. I don't know how that wreck happened, but I'm just glad it did happen, and I had a chance to win. But I'm just so happy that Nathan won that race, man. That was an emotional win for him. Hearing his voice tremble a little bit after he won definitely got me teary-eyed. So I'm just happy he won that race.
Yeah, great win for that 14 machine out front, and just definitely sad hearing that of his grandma tonight. And glad everyone's behind him, but he able to pick up a P3, able to push him right along to the win. But before you send you off on your way, any sort of thing for tonight's third place run?
Yeah, shout out to you guys. I can't wait to go back and watch it. I'm sure there's a bunch of exciting calls with us being aggressive the entire race, but yet being clean. It's very hard to find leagues that race hard, aggressive, and stay clean. We had one actual wreck. And shout out to Jones Paint and Designs for sponsoring my car. Appreciate that. Appreciate you, Byron. I'm glad I can put this on the podium for you.
Yeah, a great finish for you tonight in that third place finish. We'll see you next week in the season finale at Kansas.
Yes, sir.
So that was our third place finisher of Zachary Meredith. Before we get to our upcoming schedule and our final thoughts on the race, let's take a look at tonight's results here from Talladega for the Juicy Spider Studios 112. As Nathan Lamont able to pick up the win by 15 thousandths of a second over Giovanni Klein in P number 2. Zachary Meredith able to pick up P3. Cody McCorkle finishing 4th. Josh Arnold able to round out on the top 5. Jonathan Parker able to pick up 6. Nick Hapiak rounds out tonight in P number 7. Stevie Maggio finishes 8th. Cole Steiner finishing 9th. 29th, and Mark Kissweather running our top 10. So losing points on Jonathan Parker overall tonight, so not what he wanted, but Jonathan Parker would be solid going into next week for that championship hunt after Mark Kissweather's 10th place finish tonight. But finishing 11th tonight is the 99 of Dylan Chappell. Enrique Quinones finishing 12th. Josh Adams finishing 13th. Donnie Kite finishing 14th. Mike Campbell finishing 15th. Kyle Taub rounding out 16th, the last driver on the lead lap. And Jose Ruz finishing 17th. And our only DNF tonight, second only DNF tonight of the 20 machine of Hunter Peach, and rounding out our 18 car field tonight. So, and that was definitely a very fun, exciting race. We saw aggression from the drop of the green flag, and Nathan Lamon able to take the win away and able to walk away the winner tonight. But definitely a very fun, exciting race. What are your final thoughts on the night, Talon?
Yeah, this is a very fun race. I mean, these guys were really aggressive, and I mean, kind of like what Zachary Ramirez said, they didn't wreck at all, really. I mean, they wrecked twice. Really, once we would have a guaranteed caution anyway, but really twice the incident. I mean, you didn't really see that in 81 laps at Talladega for how aggressive these guys were. I don't think they were single file for more than 2 laps at all this whole race.
Yeah, and everyone was just being aggressive all night long, and it came out to definitely to be a very exciting finish, and it came down to the overtime, but it's definitely very, very fun tonight. But before we sign off here, let's take a little bit of schedules coming up here on the Legends Racing Network. Tomorrow night, Saturday night, we'll have the Bullet Racing League Grand National Series. They'll be going to Charlotte, their penultimate race of the regular season. It will be there at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Sunday night, we'll have the Stampede Racing League for a Juicy Spider Premier Series. They'll be for the Martinsville at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Monday night, we'll have the 5 Points Racing League Turnkey Network Solutions. They'll be going to Homestead at 9 o'clock Eastern Time Monday night. Tuesday night, we'll have the Bolt Racing League through Tuesday Night Thunder, race number 3 of the chase for them. They'll be going to Iowa, the newly updated track there, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday night. Wednesday night, we'll have race number 2 for the Superstar ARCA Cup Season 2. They'll be going to Las Vegas, 8:15 Eastern Time. So next Wednesday night, and last but not least, next Friday night, we'll have the NAOR Cup Series season finale from Kansas Speedway at 9:15 Eastern Time, and we'll see if Jonathan Parker will walk away a champion next week. But those are definitely some fun, interesting races coming up here on Legends Racing Network. But it's definitely been a fun night here from Talladega. I was happily, I'm Aaron Braun, joined tonight by my first half producer and also co-commentator of Talon Drake, and also our very fun insight of Jeremy Burns, are also known as impersonating Larry McReynolds around halfway through this race tonight. So thanks for joining tonight and give us a little bit of insight. But so long here from Talladega. We'll see you next time.